Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Welcome dear learners. This is a video for the subject of education, for the course of Bachelor's in Education and for the paper of Educational Technology. This module is based on the introductory part of Educational Technology, and in this lecture we will be discussing the significance of educational technology. The video lecture is being recorded by Dr. Iram Khan. The course coordinator and the presenter of this video is Dr. Iram Khan from Jamia Millia Islamia, New Delhi. The academic expert or the reviewer of this video is Professor Jasim Ahmed from Jamia Millia Islamia, New Delhi. This video is produced under the project DTH Swayam Prabha channels of Ministry of Education, Government of India. Hello my dear students, I am Dr. Iram Khan, Assistant Professor at Institute of Advanced Studies in Education, Faculty of Education, Jamia Millia Islamia, New Delhi. And under the introductory part of the educational technology module, this lecture which we are going to take up is based on the significance of educational technology. So let us start the discussion with the objectives first. So once we talk about the educational technology scenario, and if we see that particular scenario in our country, in the Indian context, before the 1960s, the term educational technology was almost unknown to the education system. If all these things or related things related to education, educational technology has actually come here in the education system, it was very much used in a kind of synonym or something which was very much related to audiovisual teaching aids. So it was confined somehow to a certain way to only the use of audiovisual aids in the education system. So this is something which is the talk of early 60s. The use of the term educational technology took its roots through the programmed learning. The programmed learning movement contributed a lot to the improvement of the instruction in a number of ways, and those ways we will be discussing that how it happened. Gradually, the meaning and the concept of educational technology started taking its leap, and it became to grow and to widen. Then at present, the educational scenario in India, it witnesses the latest emerging trends in the field of educational technology. The role of an educational technologist in our country is not merely a creator of audiovisual aid or somebody who creates videos or somebody who is expert in hardware or media expert or maybe a programmer or somebody who writes different programs or creates different computer programs. But this role has emerged to a certain extent where we can see that a person who is an educational technologist is seen to be somebody who is concerned with the information of an overall design to carry out an evaluation of the total process of education in terms of specific objectives. So the role has widened, it has grown in its meaning, and after the corona and after the pandemic times, we can see that this role has extended and it has taken a significance many folds. And technology is something which has enabled us to continue the pace of our education even in the bad times, in the homebound situations. So in different words, we can say that technology of today is accepting systems approach to the problems of education. The emphasis nowadays is on the application of system analysis to organize and to manage the task of teaching and learning, and frame out the alternative strategies and the systems for the improvement of education. So education technology, as we find in the today's world, has a meaningful present, and we can say with a very perfect statement, or in a very kind of strong and sound voice, that is going to be there in future, and it is going to play a very promising role in future in our country and throughout the world. So it has been contributing a lot to the improvement of the different products, different gadgets, different devices, and the processes of education, the strategies, the e-content, the resources, all those methods which are with the pedagogy, the strategies, all those things which we as a teacher in terms of strategizing, we actually plan, all these things come under the purview of educational technology. So in this way, we can say that the contributions are a lot. We will be studying, we will be seeing that what are those stages of planning, what are those ways in which it is implemented, and how the evaluations are done. So once we talk about that how the educational technology works, we can say that educational technology is serving the cause of formal as well as informal education, and it is helping the developmental tasks of our country, and maybe we can even say that throughout the world, everywhere, educational technology is present in one form or the other. And once we talk about, like here in this session, we will be discussing the role of educational technology, especially in the context of Indian scenario, in the context of our own country. So let us just have a look on some of those significant developments in this direction, and let us try to summarize few of those areas, avenues where we can find the prominent significant developmental uh, contributions of educational technology. So the first thing which I would like to discuss is that uh, the effective utilization of radio for broadcasting, and then for educational for the broadcasting of educational programs, the educational radio throughout our country. That is something which has made a revolution in our country in the days where the agricultural universities had a special telecast of programs related to crop production and all. So the farmers, or those people who are the part of the process of farming, they all waited for all those programs where they got instructions, they got all those solutions for their problems. So these programs, the radio programs related to the local needs and adult education, have been very fruitful and have been very much effective, and they played a very important role in the development of our country. These well planned programs, they are right now also being broadcasted throughout the country, and these are at the level of school, even out of the school groups, and the children who are not in the schooling system. Right now we will find very less students, because now government has ensured that every child should be the part of the formal education system, but still we have got some of the out of the school children. So the radio programs cater to their needs. There are many states where all these states have taken some extra steps to integrate the radio broadcast with teaching in schools. Even at national level, there are many programs which are being developed and which are running for for the betterment of school students and even for higher education students in the form of community radio, and also in the form of different educational media or audio programs or radio broadcast and telecast. Then the next significance, which is related to the development in the use of educational technology, where the concern is with the development of television programs, the video programs, the visual programs basically. So nowadays, telecast lessons or the video lectures and the educational programs have established themselves as an important educational medium in our country. We can take many other examples. There is the example of Swayam Prabha Educational Consortium, where we have got 34 educational channels which are devoted to school education as well to higher education, the NPTEL videos. Then there are many other institutions who have got their own TV channels. So we can find that educational TV or the educational television is actually playing a very prominent role. And this is something which happened with the advent of satellite services, and especially with the launch of the EduSat project. It has taken its initiation from the EduSat project, the beginning of a series of innovative and constructive television programs for national development and for educating the Indian masses living in remote, rural, and underdeveloped areas. This was the basic idea behind the EduSat project. And on the lines of these basic ideas, all these television channels, the devoted education channels, there are certain projects like PM E-Vidya, where we can find one devoted channel for every class of school level. So these type of projects are giving a new leash of light, or you can say that they are spreading energy to this educational TV programs, and they are finding its place in the rural parts of our country, as well the urban students who are in need of a support system in their educational programs. They are also getting benefited by these TV programs, which are somehow an important significance of educational technology. The third, or you can say the next important area where the educational technology has been useful, is the problem of training and retraining a large number of school teachers in a very effective way. And you all must be aware of that a lot of inset programs, a lot of training programs, capacity building programs are being organized. And once the capacity building programs are running, normally they run in cascade mode, where there's a group of teachers who are the master trainers or the key resource persons. They are trained, and then they go to their own places and they train the other set of people. Then the other set of people go and train the other set. So in this way, the cascading method is actually followed, where a lot of transmission loss happens. So what is the key, or what can be the solution for this? As a solution, the in-service teacher training courses have started using the multimedia packages. And if you go towards looking in the school education, you can find NCERT developing lots of such type of multimedia packages. And you can also see the Nishtha program, which is one of the efforts of Government of India, where capacity building of teachers, or you can say the professional teacher training happens, where the teacher's capacity is built. The Nishtha package is having a lot of modules which are based on the need assessment, the complicated topics which the teachers find uh, difficult to teach, or somehow they need some sort of assistance for, or maybe the extra resources for teaching those topics. Those are selected, and modules and learning material is developed, which is basically provided to the teachers through the online media during these Nishtha programs, and also some sort of live interactions are happening. So in this way, uh, here the facilitation of all those in-service teachers are is being done, and here also a team of teachers basically provide training to all those teachers who are already in service. So this is somehow a very important way in which we provide professional training, and the capacity development or capacity building is done. Here also a lot of new dimensions in the form of micro teaching, simulated teaching, team teaching, then teaching models and other similar concepts are being transacted to the teachers so that they can make their process of teaching learning much more better, and they can sharpen their the skill sets. The other application of educational technology, especially in our country, uh, is basically in the area of distance education. Uh, in our country, a lot of people go for distance education because like earning the livelihood is somehow becomes very important once a person becomes a little bit of independent, or maybe after schooling, or at times even during the schooling phase, students or children try to earn their wages in some way or the other. So what they do, they go for distance education. So here also educational technology plays a very important role. You can just see the example of IGNOU or all those universities who have got a lot of online programs, and through these online programs, lots and lots of audiences. You can see the example of even the NIUS and the Swayam project, where you can find a lot of things happening in terms of the online or the distance mode education system. So this involves the use of combination of media for the instructional purposes, and it provides the facilities for out of the school education in a very flexible way at any place and at any time in the life of a person. So life at any point of time, if the person is willing to educate himself or herself, it is possible through the means of educational technology. Another major area where educational technology plays a very important role in our country is related to the instructions in terms of language or language related issues. And besides the efforts which are made by different people, different universities, in terms of the material in different regional languages, because we know that in our country a lot of languages are being spoken in different areas or different states of our country, still we are lacking with the material in the regional languages. And there are 22 languages in the 8th schedule of our constitution, and even there are different dialects, different accents, and different ways in which we speak in our country in different areas of our country. So the development of the e-content or the textual material in different languages is a must, because we know that the best education is imparted in the mother tongue of a child. So that's why educational technology plays an important role in terms of translations, in terms of developing the language instructions, the instructions in different languages, and even the foreign languages. If we go for different universities and places where we can find a lot of foreign languages like the German language, Chinese, French, Russian, Arabic, English, and English is somehow very much there in every school, every college. But these foreign languages, the other foreign languages, are also taught in different colleges and universities. And this is possible only because we are taking the help of educational technology in terms of getting the resources, the material, and the instructions in these languages, maybe through the means of getting the translated versions, or maybe the original material from the help of internet and other resources. The next one is the operation of educational technology, where it is related to the correspondence education. Now let us understand that distance education and the correspondence education both are different. And if we talk about a well-planned and systematically developed correspondence course, uh, there are a lot of universities, a number of universities who are providing the correspondence course to students and those who want to go for these courses. So there is also the provision to offer these courses at intermediate and higher secondary level. And in these courses, students may be approached through through different type of media, and which can be the instructional materials, the student response sheets, the personal contact programs, and radio or telecast instructions. So the establishment of open school has been another major step in this direction. So the teaching is basically imparted in some sort of contact program or the personal PCPs or personal contact programs, where the teacher can interact, can clear the doubts of the students who are not coming for face-to-face teaching or learning. Basically, whatever doubts are there in during the PCPs, either through online or through offline, the doubts are cleared. And specially prepared lessons and all those instructions are also provided. There are material which are in the form of books, or maybe nowadays there are online material which is provided by the study centers. So this is somehow a way in which we can provide a little bit more guided approach to our students. There are local counselors and the tutors or maybe the mentors who can be approached during these contact programs, the personal contact programs, or maybe on the holidays where the PCPs are in during the holidays or the vacations, the PCPs are organized. So in this way, this is somehow another approach or another way in which educational technology is playing its role in our country. The next use of educational technology is very much concerned with the preparation and development and also the utilization of the audiovisual material. We have seen this in the discussion where we made on the scope, that the development of these audiovisual material, the lectures, all those related material or the gadgets even, those are required for the usability of these audiovisual material. If we want to see a video, we need a device. If we want to listen to an podcast or an audio program, we require a device. So here the maintenance, the development of the hardware appliances, the sophisticated gadgets, and how we are going to handle all those devices is also something which is taught under the or which comes under the purview of educational technology. So there are different departments where specific type of devices or the hardware or the software is being developed. And NCERT, if we look towards NCERT, who is the apex body for school education in our country, it has been developing a lot of different teaching aids for the students who are requiring them. They are in terms of the assistive devices which are used by those who require them, the special needy students, and the significant services in this direction through the training programs of those who are going to assist the students in terms of usability of these devices. Then the production of different material, the e-content which can be used by the differently able, educating the educators, then conducting these surveys, the researches, and evaluation of the use of all these aids or the materials which are developed by them, so that they can be improved in future. And then providing guidance and the service to the educational instructions or maybe the different specific instructions regarding the use of the aids and appliances. This is also somehow the duty of these institutions, and this is only possible with the help of educational technology. Then the next educational technology's significance can be seen in the utilization of the services of the computers and the advancement in the form of ICT-led techniques in the field of education. Use of all these advanced technologies has actually opened tremendous scope for the improvement and the uh, in the products and and then the process of education so in the development or in the you can say that how these computer assisted devices or the ICT technology is useful for us to keep the teaching, learning, or research, or administration, or the educational planning process much more effective. We can just see the scenario which we faced in the year 2019-20, when we were all homebound, and we were very much like it was a necessity when we were supposed to teach our children, our students, through online mode. And the virtual classrooms or the e-learning method, or at times we can even call it as mobile learning situations, were actually imposed on us. It was only ICT and ICT-led innovations and all those platforms which are provided to us through ICT and enabled to us through internet, that we were in a position to impart education in that type of situation where we were all homebound. The virtual classrooms were the only respite. So we can see and we can actually just look towards the scenario where ICT and the educational technology has helped us immensely and tremendously. So this is something which can be considered as the most important application, where educational technology, with the assistance of information and communication technology, plays a very important role in the process of education. So we can say that educational technology has been providing, or it can be said to be proving to be very much worthy in our country for guiding us, for making the planning, the implementation, the evaluation of various programs of formal as well as non-formal education. And it is a kind of big help in the situations where it is difficult for us to interact with our students face to face. So it has given us a lot of hope that even in future we will be standing tall and we will be in a position to impart our education in a very proper way. So the objectives, which can be of macro level or micro level, all the very specific objectives can be fulfilled if we take the help of educational technology, ICT, and all those things which are coming to our ways to assist us, to help us. The key is that we should not get or become slaves of these technologies. We should be learning, we should be making ourselves very much educated in terms of the usage. So we are never becoming these slaves, but we are going to become the master of these technologies, so that we will be using them in a most effective way possible for us, the betterment of our lives, the teacher's life, as well as the students' lives. So in this way, now we have reached to the end of this lecture, and we just have seen that in our country, the use and application of educational technology is taking its roots very firmly in various dimensions and forms. and the utility or the measures like the proper availability of the regular broadcasting and telecasting of the educational programs for the school and university students and the public, basically for the public usage through the satellite services, this utilization of educational technology in the organization of in-service and pre-service training, uh, all these facilities to the teachers, establishment and utilization of language laboratories or language translation material for the learning of languages or learning in the mother tongue, paying the considerable attention over the development and utilization of the appropriate instructional material, audiovisual programs, all those audiovisual aids for effective teaching and learning of the various school subjects, introduction of the compulsory computer education from the elementary level of schooling and onwards, like maybe at later stages also, then the proper network of the system of distance education through traditional as well as non-traditional means like the online education, through Swayam platform, through all those different platforms which are available freely to us, provided by our government, then the multimedia programs and projects, internet and developed communication, and the information technology, establishment of virtual classrooms and systems of open learning and virtual universities on the regional and national level may be cited as the living examples of the progress achieved by our country, the Indian scenario, and basically whatever strengths we have achieved in our country by the use of all these technical aspects, or during those times when we were homebound, when we were not having any kind of situation where we can reach to our students face to face, but with the help of these educational technology means, the ICT devices and the ICT led measures, we were in a position to tap the situation and manage the situation. So all these things come under the significance of educational technology, and we know that it is going to be there in the future. It is very much here right now in our present, and it will be there in our future. So we have to see that how we are going to harness it, how we are going to make it utilized in our effective teaching learning process. So these are few of those references and the suggested further readings, the links which were used for the developing process of this video lecture. You can also go ahead and read through these material, and you can also enhance your skills and knowledge in terms of the significance of educational technology. And for this basically particular topic, right now we are going to end it here only, and in the next lecture we will talk about some other issue related to educational technology. See you another time in some other lecture. Thank you so much. Dear students, you are watching a video which is based on the introductory part of educational technology, and in this lecture we discussed about the significance of educational technology. The video lecture was recorded by Dr. Iram Khan. This video lecture was recorded by faculty at home during the homebound situation of COVID-19 pandemic using minimal technical resources. Technical errors, if any, are unintentional and may please be ignored. For any queries with regard to this lecture or broadcast, kindly send your email to techsupport@dth.ac.in. Thank you so much.